Hey all, I acquired double dry hopped Pliny the Elder. And this is not the Pliny for President. It's a version where they use like Mosaic and Citra. This one uses the same hop varieties as regular Pliny the Elder, but they do this two-stage double dry hopping. It's funny they call it that. No one else really calls it that. But I guess they say they dry hop it on day 1 and day 6. I wonder if that means fermentation. I'm not sure if that means after fermentation, probably fermentation. Whereas Planet of the Elder is dry hopped on day 2. And this one uses like about twice the hops of Planet of the Elder. But they say the Planet of the Elder actually is only dry hopped with about 2 pounds per barrel, which is not very high by today's standards, but they know how to do it. And like, I found that the amount of hops used doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be hoppier or a better beer necessarily. So this one has some haze to it. It's a little over a month old. And does that look paler than Pliny? I thought it was the same recipe. Not sure. I guess I haven't had Pliny in a little bit. I did get a bottle of it. There you go. Lots and lots of tiny particulates. I don't know if you can really see those in there. There it is. It's 8% alcohol. And excited to try this one. I did try. I got Pliny the Younger on draft, and that was very good. Oh yeah, that's quite aromatic. They use some mostly old school American hop varieties for this, but it's smelling quite tropical. It's reminiscent of Double Sunshine. It's some like Lawson's beers from Vermont. Lawson's kind of doesn't really make the New England IPA exactly. They do a clearer one. And this is kind of what Double Sunshine looks like. Maybe this is a little bit paler. But it's very sweet candied citrus smell. And a little bit of a peach pineapple, a little bit. And a mild dankness. Very clean. But a pretty big aroma going on. Not hard to get, and no real booze. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, more of a bitter bite, West Coast thing in the flavor. More grapefruity and spicy. Definitely more spicy in the flavor. The body is almost a little bit coarser. Maybe it's probably more bitter. Maybe it's not as like silky and like sticky. Maybe it'll get more sticky as it warms up. It's pretty cold right now, and the head kind of died down faster. And all the hops may have affected the head retention. It's definitely very hoppy. They squeeze out lots of stuff from that. It's not too bitter though. It's right on the edge. It's not lingering unpleasantly, but it lingers with a spicy grapefruit thing, black pepper, but not too earthy. There's a little bit of a sticky, icky thing in the finish. But it's like it's really good. But it's like really good circa 15 years ago. I mean, super clean, but I think it's not quite as well all put together as other Russian River IPAs, where they've just been doing the same thing for years. And the feel in the head is just a little bit messed with because of all the hops in there. But super clean. And yeah, I think after a while this is gonna be like an old school bitter IPA. But as you can see, it's not it's very pale, so there's like not like any crystal caramel malt stuff happening. Maybe a dash of it is just a little bit of a sweet toasty malt thing. Yeah, maybe a very light hand of crystal malt. Hmm. And it dries out your tongue on the roof of your mouth for sure. Gives you that cat tongue feeling. Um, it's pretty nice, but I guess in the next few days I'll have a Pliny the Elder and see which one I kind of preferred. I would do it side by side, but that's a lot of double IPA, a lot of bitter double IPA. Yeah, now I'm getting some danker, like freshly opened weed jar type stuff. Ooh, and noticed a little bit of booze there. Definitely a complex hop character that, as you drink it, it gets more dank, more bitter, more grapefruit citrus, but not in an unpleasant way. It doesn't get too earthy still, but it starts off quite yeah, if you just kind of get the straight just the aroma, it's more sweet citrus, and the tropical quality's kind of gone away now. But really fun to try. Like they've, it's very hoppy. They squeeze out a lot of hop character, and that's a long time. I guess they dry up on day one, and then they let it sit there till day seven. So that's 6 days, and I assume they take them off and add the second stage. So that's kind of a long time. So you're getting a lot of character, but a lot of breweries don't do that much, especially for like hazy IPA. I think it's better to do a shorter dry hop, but most brewers don't tell you about that, which is kind of cool. They did. But for a rating, yeah, I don't know if it's quite as good as regular Pliny or Pliny the Younger, um, but it's an intense hop experience and quite clean. I'll probably give it a 4.5. Bye.